All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start this thing off early because I don't think Florida's going to come back from this one. Florida's only down 38-7.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. They're only down 38-7. I don't think they're going to come back from this one. Geez, dude. I'm thinking going back from the summer, your head coach says it's the best team you've had on paper in his tenure. So you look now, your quarterback gets benched, your defense played its worst game by far. A lot of people are using the word quit. I'm not going to use the word quit. The effort definitely was not there. And offensively, man, like you couldn't do anything. DJ Lagway throws 3 interceptions. Jaden Ball, God bless him, man. He's still playing his balls off. But my goodness, man, I don't remember a time, Graham, where Florida plays this bad in a game where you think that they're going to win against a terrible team, and they play this bad.
You know what this game felt like, Dylan? He hadn't been fired yet, but it was the year that he got fired. Do you remember in 2021, Mullen would end up getting fired maybe 2 to 3 weeks later? Do you remember that South Carolina game in Columbia when they just ran up and down the field on us and just murdered us? I don't remember the final score, but South Carolina beat the ever-loving hell out of the Gators in 2021. It was in Columbia. It was around the same time of year, too. It was after the Florida-Georgia game, I'm pretty sure. It was either the game immediately after or recently after. It was kind of early November range, just like it is right now. What is
47, it? 47.
You said you won't use the word quit?
No, I'm not going to use the word quit, no.
Well, I will.
Okay.
I would say you can point out select players that are clearly still playing with everything they got 100%. You said Jaden Ball. He's one of them. I actually thought J. Sturdivant played a decent game. Some other guys played with emotion and passion. I'm not saying the entire team, but a lot of guys were. I think there are business decisions. They said early in the broadcast, I don't know if you caught this, you probably did, that Tank Hawkins is not playing the rest of the season to preserve his red shirt. Call me old school, Dylan, but that's crazy because I'm sure he still expects that scholarship to hit.
Yeah. Right? That's how these kids are, man. This ain't nothing new. This isn't the first time it's ever happened.
I mean, look, I get it, man. Times have changed. I would consider myself a pretty forward-thinking person when it comes to NIL and guys getting paid and all that. But that's ridiculous. You're just gonna opt out of the season and just sit there and take the ball and go home. But you still want to go to class and work towards getting your degree. You want that money to be taken care of, right? The rest of us that don't play on the football team, which you don't currently do, got to pay for classes when we go. So that's just a side note. It's not like Tank Hawkins would have been the difference in this game, but you get the point. Sharif Denson doesn't belong on an SEC football field, in my opinion. Bryce Thornton's fine. Castell's fine. These guys are fine. They're nothing special. They clearly missed Dijon Johnson pretty bad. Evan Moore had a horrible game. And they got a lot of in the defense and that. I'm not expecting them to go out there and be 85 Bears. To the defense's credit, they've kept them in a lot of games this year. They've been the one side of the ball that has shown anything this year. And we had talked about this earlier in the season, Dylan. We kind of knew, this happens in game and this happens in season, throughout a game and throughout a season, I should say. When a defense is playing well and they're getting stop after stop after stop, but the offense continues to go out there and just piss down its leg, eventually the bottom will fall out with it. Eventually they're going to stop getting stops and it's going to get ugly. And we really, truly saw that rear its ugly head tonight. It was just gross, man. And it's just this has been just a hellacious season. It's been gross every way. Billy Napier should be behind bars for what he's done to this football program. Who I think the biggest because look, there's one way to look at it. The glass half full way, I guess, to look at it is say, look, man, they got an interim coach. They're playing out the back half of the season. Like these games don't really mean anything. It ain't like Florida was in contention for the playoff or something. Like who cares? We just got to finish out the season, get a new coach, get some new blood, and move on. That's the glass half full way, and I think that's pretty much true. The one glass half empty thing I would say though is this game. Like I feel like the narrative with this job for a while now, even before Napier got fired, because we all knew he was going to get fired. The narrative has been, well, this team's got talent. You know, Napier might not be a good Saturday coach, but he's built some good structure. Like there's good character in the building. There's a good culture. You just need a coach who's better on Saturdays and you're off and running. A game like today, I think could maybe show it's a little more difficult than that. So that's the glass half empty way to look at it. Is it kills momentum, man. Like it's not to say that when you don't have a coach, you're going to be cleaning up 5 stars anyways. And I know a lot of it's about the portal and NIL these days anyways, but still, man, guys that are good ball players considering transferring from their current school, 4 and 5 star recruits that are juniors and seniors in high school right now. If they're watching that, they ain't coming. So that's the glass half empty.
I still can't get over, dude. Every time Florida plays Kentucky, I can't believe you didn't say this when you went in your entire tangent there. Every time Florida plays Kentucky, Kentucky plays their best game. Every time. Every time, Graham. Not sometimes, not every other year, not a bad first, second, third quarter, a good fourth quarter. The whole game. Like, dude, since 2021, Florida's beat Kentucky one time. You can look at a game from Kentucky this year, and I was going through a couple of games. Kentucky had one conference win before tonight. There were games this year where Kentucky's offense is horrible. They didn't even have 270 yards of offense. Kentucky had 215 in the first half alone. I can't wrap my head around that, man. I can't do it.
Cutter Boley, whoever the hell that is a below average college quarterback, much less an SEC quarterback. Dude, he looked like prime Dan Marino tonight. Like, what are we doing, bro? And, bro, we got to talk. Speaking of quarterback, we got to talk about it. Let's go ahead and get into it. The DJ Lagway experiment's over, man.
It is this year.
Bro, it might be next year, too. This guy's not very good. And look, at the beginning of the year, I know the excuses. I know he was injured. You know, he missed out on a lot of developmental stuff and, you know, didn't get the reps. I get all that. I understand that. Bro, you're past the halfway point of this. You only got, 3 games left. And he's played in every game. He's played before tonight when he got benched. He's played in every significant snap. He has not had one game this year where he has been exceptional. Not one game. He's had games where it felt like he looked good because relative to some of the other games when he's been awful, like he's had games where he's just like kept his head above water. He has not been exceptional in one football game this year. You could maybe say Texas, but to me that was more just Dallas Wilson being a man among boys.
Yeah.
And the defense played lights out in that game and shut down Arch Manning. What? Name me the game. Name me the one Saturday this year.
It didn't happen this year, Graham. It didn't happen, and we all agree. We were all of the same agreement that Lagway was playing terrible in the first half, and if this were going to happen, that you need to put Tramel Jones in the second half, and that's exactly what happened. And then when you do that move, Tramel Jones is going to be your guy for the next 3 games. And you know, I don't. If Lagway comes back next year, cool. If he leaves, that's cool too. I don't really expect him to be there. I really don't care to talk about that right now. I mean, that's more of a story, you know, later, in my opinion. He was never healthy the entire year, and mentally he was never there. You know, the mental reps you take in spring don't mean anything to when you get on the field. Missing, you know, who knows how much of an offseason he missed. We still don't know the exact details We were told that he was going to be practicing right after the spring game, and then he gets put in the boot in August. Okay, well, was this lingering? Like there's so many details that are still left out there. He wasn't good. I mean, I think a lot of it was coaching, but a lot of it's him too. And
that's kind of my thing, though. Is just like me included. I've made every excuse in the book for that guy. I made it. I made it about the offense. I made it about him missing camp. I made it about games where they struggled to run the ball. Whatever it might be, but this is a big enough sample size, Dylan, where it's like I think this is who he is, bro. I think this is who he is. I think in the SEC at the highest level, when you're playing the best competition, not that Kentucky's the best competition, but you know what I mean. You're playing a really hard schedule week in, week out. He might just not be very good. He might not be very good at football. He wouldn't be the first, and he won't be the last 5-star that's not truly a 5-star. Is that?
No, I was just about to laugh because I'm one of the people that don't have YouTube TV, and I was subscribed to them for a very long time. So I got this junk Sling TV. And so I'm like channel surfing. I'm like going through the channels, and I'm like, what's this OT7 stuff, 7-on-7? Graham, I promise you, this is not how I wanted it to be. And I click on the channel, and they got the 7-on-7 game going on. And it's DJ Lagway at quarterback, and they're about to start a game when he was in high school. I'm like, what are the freaking odds? First drive, they went 3-and-out.
Oh, man.
You can't make that joke up, dog.
Dude.
You can't make it up.
The one physical thing that I will say from, like, with him being injured and stuff, I know with Billy Gonzalez, they've made a more concerted effort to run the ball with him more. He looks slow, man. Even when he runs he's big and powerful, so he can run some people over. Like that the first down he got was nice. That was kind of a Cam Newton-ish run. Moving 3 guys. But he was a lot quicker in space last year, man.
Yeah, we were all led to believe that he is a true dual threat.
He's not.
He's not.
He's not.
He was last year. He's not this year.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's the Lagway portion of this. But bro, I find it hard to believe they're not gonna play that poorly the next 3 games. This will be the worst game of the year, I think. If Billy Napier was still here, I don't think I'd believe that, but I believe this would be the worst game. I agree with you. It's that there's this weird Kentucky juju shit, man. It's weird. I don't know what it is, bro. But I mean, it's on the table to lose the rest of your games. You're not going to be favored in any game remaining. You'll be favored against. I don't know. Will they be favored against Florida State? I don't know.
Probably.
I think so.
Which, by the way, Florida was a favorite tonight too. By the way, 3.5. They did not cover, Graham.
Look, Dylan, this is about. Normally, I got more to say. This is about all I got left to say here. Thank God basketball season has started.
Yeah, 2 games in, you play Florida State, Miami. 1 game's here in town, actually, Sunday night against Miami. I just wonder, like, with a loss like this, like, and this probably doesn't, because we are speaking raw in the moment, like, there's a minute left in the game. Counting down. Florida's going to lose 38-7. Final. Like, does this hinder someone like Lane Kiffin or like a really good coach from coming to the program? Because kind of like what you go back earlier, like this is not it. It is an easy fix, but it's not at the same time. Like you have all the resources there, and half this roster is going to be gone next year, I think, because that's just the day and age we live in. But damn, dude, like I don't know where this job is as we stand, man. Like I don't feel good about anything.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was saying earlier. Like I think it just pointed out that there's more. I guess the way to put it is like I still do genuinely believe that if you go get the right coach that's truthfully a good football coach, in more ways than one, they truly are set up to succeed here and succeed well. That said, a game like tonight, and God forbid if there's more games like tonight, it paints a little bit of a different picture in terms of how much work there truly is to do. Because I think the thinking for a lot of people, including myself, before tonight was, man, truly all we're missing is a guy that's just better on Saturdays. Like, everything else was there from a program building standpoint. Billy got the AD and the boosters and all the appropriate leadership to buy in at an appropriate level in terms of resources. The roster's good. Like, there's good football players. They're, for the most part, high character guys, like good culture, whatever. And we kind of all thought that when you get a guy in here that has a better offensive scheme, knows when to use timeouts, can count to 11 on special teams, like all the Billy Napier stuff, I feel like everybody's thinking was, man, you get a coach in here with a brain and we're off to the races. It may not be that simple. That's what tonight told me.
Yeah. So game just went final. Kentucky had 400 yards of offense. Let's see. What was the yards per play? I think they had about 6 yards per play. It felt like every time Kentucky like pulled a guard to either kick out the end or, do a down block on a power, like there was no linebacker there. And it was just like, here's 6-7 yards a clip, like every time. That one drive they had in the third quarter, you're like, holy Piscoli. This is what happens. Remember was it the Geist game when Florida played LSU and they just ran 2 plays the entire time? They went power right and counter left. That felt like that again, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. This is just like, I can't remember. I guess I don't remember that South Carolina game really. But I can't remember a game like this where again, it's just like you're playing a terrible Kentucky team and you just get outclassed top to bottom, man. Like this is just bad, 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 bad. Who would have thought on the same night DJ Lagway and Garrett Nussmeier both get benched before the season? Can you imagine? That's where we are, man.
And can I tell you, really, and this can kind of be our parting thing. Can I tell you just a pet peeve of mine that I noticed when I was listening to the broadcast? There's a coaching change or a play calling change or a quarterback change. Anytime there's some type of major change in an offense, because an offense has been sputtering and not playing well and something needs to change. This happens in the NFL too, just college. And they talked about it on the broadcast today. They said, okay, with Billy Napier being gone and with Billy Gonzalez in and O'Hara Callaway calling plays, O'Hara giving him options, whatever that means. What they really did for DJ Lagway that's going to really help him out was they just simplified everything. Everything. Dylan, I hate it so much because everybody says that. And they're like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. We're just giving DJ Lagway a clearer picture to look at. We're just making things simpler. You know what that is code for? You know what that is politically correct language for? DJ Lagway is not comprehending the offense at an acceptable level. So they have to dumb it down. That's what that means. And by the way, if any Gator fan heard that and thought that that was a good thing, then you're talking out of both sides. Because we have all sat up here and said a big critique of Billy Napier is that he just runs the same 6, and it's too simple. And they're too predictable. They do the same things all the time. So what does it mean? Is it good? Is it good to simplify? No, it's not. Like, bro, Dylan, SEC offenses are not supposed to be simple, bro. You are supposed to have a quarterback that is comprehending what's going on and can do complex things because the quarterback position is complex. Like, the best quarterbacks in college, the first word about their offense isn't that it's simple, right? It's that they do a lot of different things. It's that they have eye candy, they confuse defenses, and they get their guys in space, and they get mismatches. And whatever it might be. Is simplifying the offense when DJ Lagway is in year 2 and is taking every significant snap is not a good thing. That's not a good thing, dude. The offense should only be getting more complex because he should be building on the knowledge he's learned. That's where they should be at. Whenever I hear that and act like that's a good thing, it just bothers me to no end because it's like, that's not good. Now, is it good that they're not just doing stupid-ass motion for no reason? Yes. But is it good that they have to make the offense even simpler than it already was? No, that's bad. That's really bad. It just that's a pet peeve of mine. I just had to get off my chest.
Yeah, I missed that part of the broadcast. I heard
early,
everything.
Early, it was like right when the game started because they were talking about firing Billy and all that.
Yeah. Let's just do. I keep seeing this, and someone dropped this in the comment, and I keep seeing this. I don't know if I fully agree with it about this next hire is the biggest hire that Florida's ever made. Like that it has to be good or it's not. I don't really agree with that. I mean, don't get me. This is important, but the biggest hire that that they probably ever gonna have to make. I disagree with that because if you get somebody and it's not good, then we're just going to be doing the same thing and we're going to be talking about the next guy. So,
right, it's the same thing that we dealt with in 2021 and the same thing we dealt with in 2017. And
yeah,
I mean, this is what you do until you get the right guy. Now, I will say, given the history of hiring track record since Urban left the program, I do the most important. I agree with you. Like the most important, I feel like is very much like, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Like living like too much in the moment, I guess. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say like prisoner of the moment.
Yes, that's a bit prisoner of the moment to say. Like, there's been 100+ year history of this football program. Like, it would be the same thing in 3 or 4 years. But I will say though, given that it has been this long and they have been so unsuccessful, I do believe, and you agree with me on this. I do believe that it means they need to completely change the way that they hire people because it's clearly not working. Like they do need to take a different approach. They need to have different conversations with different people and shut the door and not let the old people you've talked with in the room. That I do think needs to change. The most important in history is like, okay.
You know what it's like? So I'll give you an analogy. And, like every 3 or 4 years, the head coaching job has been open at Florida. Just like every 3 or 4 years, we have a new president. And every election comes around, they're like, biggest election ever.
Yeah.
And you hear this every election, you're like, dude, no, it's not. It is not. It's a president. There's going to be 4 years. And then there's going to be another one. They're going to elect one another 4 years.
Every presidential candidate ever has said this is the most important election of our lives.
Yeah, like I feel like this is kind of the same thing here. I did see Shane Matthews. He said that a couple of times on his podcast. I agree with you, man. This road that you've done, I really don't have a lot of confidence that they're going to hire a good person because they haven't hired one in a very long time. And I've said, dude, it is time for the University of Florida to whoever they say they think is the best candidate out there. They need to drop their nuts and they need to say, who's the best guy? And you go get him. You don't hope for and say, well, we have this G5 guy out here. Well, here's this hot, shot coordinator at another team. No, who is the best candidate that you believe is out there, and you go get him. I thought it's Lane Kiffin. I honestly don't know, what's going to happen in the next 3 weeks. I don't even know if Lane Kiffin has his mind made up or not. I've said even last year that it was Lane Kiffin or bust, and then obviously they kept Napier. I'm pretty confident if Lane Kiffin comes to Florida, that Florida will never be 6-6 or worse. Florida will never be in the situation you see them in right now, and they're going to keep it rolling.
The floor will be like eight wins.
Yes.
like in a like the floor meaning like starting quarterback gets a season-ending injury type of floor. It will be 7-8 wins, not even 7, probably 8, because Austin Simmons got hurt at Ole Miss this year, and some dude named Trinidad Chambliss.
Trinidad James.
I mean, he's played better football this year than DJ Lagway's ever thought about playing. So, you know.
Bad times, Gator Nation. I'm never drink on the pod. I'm drinking on the pod. You can't believe you didn't say anything.
Without even having paying.
Yeah, this is so bad, dude. I mean, like, dude, me and Hacker were talking on Gator Bites yesterday on the 1010XL Gator channel. By the way, we have 69 people. I just look over, it's exactly 69. Make sure you're liking and subscribing to the YouTube channel. All these comments are on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. We appreciate it. You can do it for 100% discount, people.
That's right.
Like, Hack was talking yesterday, and he's like, the bomb's going to fall or whatever, and all this. And I'm like, I don't think so. Kentucky's not good. And I forget where I was going to go. Something he said yesterday. I can't remember, but dude, I can't remember the last time I was this down, dude. And his Hack was like, I don't care about these last couple of games. Like, it's taking it out of me. I didn't feel like that, but like right now in this moment, I feel like that right now. But I think everybody feels that way, man. I mean, we could have all seen a loss tonight, like a 20-17 loss, a 19-16 loss. We did not see 38-7, man.
Dude, that game was over in the second. By halftime, it was over.
Yeah. You were in the second half. You're watching for Tramel Jones. Hey, can we get any resemblance of anything called an offense? Because by the way, the only touchdown you scored was off of a muffed punt that Kentucky gave you inside the 15-yard line. That was it.
The streak might have died tonight if Kentucky's power fumble the ball.
That I forgot about that. So, all right. Well, I don't even know if there's any other good football left because Florida State already played. Garrett Nussmeier got benched. Oh, we get to watch Louisville and Cal. Right now they're in overtime. Let's go tune in before that game's over, Graham. We can watch. Maybe we might see a touchdown.
I don't know what that is. I forgot.
Yeah, we're Gator fans. We don't know. All right, people. I guess we'll do this next week. They play Ole Miss. Prime time again, Graham. Prime time. We're defeated in prime time, baby. The logo carries a lot of weight. That's why we're playing at 7:30 every week, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, Graham. I think you just did it there. All right. We'll see y'all next week.